Welcome to theCUBE. My name is Lisa Maroney. I'm the Director of Business Development for the town of Chelmsford, and we're back here again today with another exciting episode to include a very prominent large employer in the town of Chelmsford. But before we get into that, I'd like to say hello to my Q hosts, and today is Jen and Karen. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, welcome back. This is going to be really good, Karen. I'm going to upstage you on my props that I got ready, so
I can't wait.
So I'd like to introduce from Sterling Corporation, one of our larger employers. We have here Dan and Jerry, so I'm going to say hi, and you guys can, maybe Jerry can start off and talk about your company and anything else you'd like to promote about it.
Well, Sterling is an agent for North American Van Lines. We are also an agent for CRST. And what we do is we're a transportation company, and we haul high-value product throughout the entire country. And we have many trucks that are driving on a daily basis. We are also a trade show distributor in that we haul trade show booths throughout the country. And right now, trade shows are kind of at a minimum because of the coronavirus. So we are really hurting on that part of our business. We are also the largest commercial moving installation company in all of New England. We have well over 100 men working on a daily basis in the field. And we also, looking at my notes, we are a fulfillment company in that we put things together for companies and then we ship them out as packages. We are also a final mile distributor for CRST. So all incoming freight that comes in all of New England, we are actually delivering it to the end user. We also have a retail chain to us as well. We do a lot of deliveries for IKEA, which is a furniture company, as you know. And Dan, you may have something to add to that as well.
Yeah, it breaks down. CRST stands for Cedar Rapid Steel Transport. It's a much larger logistics company that we are an agent of on the freight side of the business. To kind of clarify that. So there's, HVP is short for high value product, which can be, medical, it can be an array of different things, but, medical supplies, among, all the way down to IKEA kind of thing. Our sales force is going after freight being shipped across the country and locally. The other side of the business is household. So we are an agent for North American Van Lines. We're one of the larger agents in the country, volume-wise. And that's kind of the split between the two. In addition to that, Jerry started the office services division, which is the largest facet of Sterling Corporation by volume. So our advantage, what we've done over since I've been there in the last decade, is we focus a lot on proprietary software. So the former owner, he had created 2 in-house programs, which the company runs off of. One for our warehousing, and the other for our drivers being able to basically manage their own ledgers within the system. And then I work on software specifically for the office services division. So live master scheduling, automated payroll, billing, and really trying to create a strong infrastructure that allows us to manage the volume while providing quality service. So,
when I was on site, I've been to your site quite a few times, and I hear you explain it, and I know what it looks like. It's so much more. It's like being at NASA. Every truck, you're in the control room. There's big displays all over the place. Every truck is being monitored constantly. It's all under control. It's all organized chaos. And to think that you employ that many people for a moving company is very impressive. And I've seen your fleet of vehicles. I've seen the operation. It's so well organized and orchestrated, the projects, the large scale customers. It's really very impressive to the way that you just
Thank you.
manage it all. You are a logistics company, but I had no idea about those other certifications. And what I also found interesting was your Sterling University, is it, where you
Our
have
training programs.
training
Yep.
certification so that your staff understands the different types of modules and furniture and assemblies, either from IKEA or AIS or any other type of office furniture that needs to be dismantled and reassembled and moved around. And that's not really easy to do. I was talking about Sterling Corporation, and I saw a lot of your trucks even today out moving around, actually. But you also move technical equipment, and as you had said, medical, biologics, and life science, and it's so very involved. And I know that maybe the trade show business is going a little bit slower, but I know a lot of big companies are always moving and shifting and not in short distances. But maybe you could talk a little bit more on what it's like to move an entire company from one state to another. The logistics involved is really quite detailed.
Absolutely, we can do that. I just wanted to also mention that we have offices in Rhode Island and Connecticut as well, primarily doing household, and a big part of our business is the military. You know, we do a lot of household moves, you know, for Hanscom Air Force Base, Groton Submarine Base, and Warwick College in Newport, Rhode Island. So that is a big part of our business, is the military household moving. So I just want to get that in there.
Yeah, I had no idea. I know that you're one of our larger employers. You're located in the Chelmsford Crossroads, which we're about to launch some new initiatives. You'll be seeing that come out very soon. But I guess I'm curious to hear from Karen, being a resident of Chelmsford, if you knew that a company like this existed here, and Sterling's been here a long time.
No, I did not know that. To me, like, Chelmsford is like this quaint town with the Bruce Freeman Trail going through it and the little ice cream shop that we visited last week. And to hear that there's this huge moving company, logistics company, right in Chelmsford is really heartwarming. And it sounds like, from what you guys do, you really keep America moving. I mean, in all different directions, moving the military, moving businesses, even the trade show business, which we hope comes back. I myself have moved many, many times. My most interesting moving story is when we moved from Nairobi to the Boston area, and we put all our stuff on a cargo ship. You know, we closed up the cargo container in front of our house in Nairobi, and we watched it go off. And we kind of had to keep our eye on what was happening with the Somalia pirates, because our cargo container was literally on one of those ships that was going through that area. And it was amazing to me when that same container that we closed in Nairobi, we opened it up in front of our house, and it was exactly how we had done it. It was the what went into moving us from one place to the other was incredible. And you do that times thousands, it sounds like. So my question to you is, do you have a favorite moving story of a company that was asking you to move very interesting things, or even a household move where they're like, this is my antique something, and it's so valuable to me, and you're like, we will take care of this piece of crap, we promise. So do you have a great story about a particular move that has stuck with you?
Well, we do move high valuable products. We had a move a number of years ago where we were moving some top secret documents, and we had to have a police escort. So we had a police car in front of our truck, in back of our truck, and we had to seal the truck locked as well. So it was kind of a cool situation for the driver going around being escorted. And I think that was one of the really cool things that we've done over the last number of years.
And I would
Well,
say
awesome.
really moving the Celtics practice facility was pretty cool, because doing the walkthrough, you've got Brad Stevens sitting there in his office, a couple of the other players, and it's like you don't want to pay any attention to that because just let them do their thing. But you're doing the inventory, and you're like, wow, this is different. It's pretty cool.
So what was the inventory? Was it like 100 basketballs and hardwood floors and jerseys and stuff?
A lot of sports equipment, exercise equipment, chairs in the locker rooms, and some office type items like Brad Stevens' office, Danny Ainge's office, stuff like that. So yeah, it was really cool.
We got to sit on Danny Ames' chair. We don't want to tell you where that is right now, but we happen to know where it is.
Okay. Well, that's more than any of us can say, I guess.
And it made you a better basketball player or even better businessman, right? You got something from that chair.
I think we're both too short.
Right? So, I had mentioned the Chelmsford Crossroads, and Sterling Corporation is on Industrial Ave, if anyone doesn't know that. It's a really impressive facility, very large facility with their fleet of vehicles, and most of them are out moving around. But I do want to say, get ready, Karen. So I hope this goes off kind of easily. So here is what I'm hoping happens in the near future, where we can say that Sterling Corporation, see what's happening? They're going to be moving lots of companies coming into Route 129, where we still have some empty space available to be filling this up for businesses to be moving in to the crossroads. We've been trying to connect and cross-connect our business base there, and I think that having Sterling Corporation, where really their skills and abilities seem to be endless in the world of moving, and moving the Celtics, moving life science companies, it's pretty impressive. And I know that, Jerry, you had recently, I say recently, maybe it's been 2 years, purchased some special fleet of vehicles specific for life science companies to help move them about. So what's different about that? I know it's a controlled temperature environment, and what does that look like, and what's that all about?
Yep, it's a 28-foot pup trailer that we have 2 generators. So we can move minus 80 degrees, minus 20 degree freezers. We can bring them right in the truck, plug them in. They won't miss a beat. It is also climatically controlled. So if you're moving a server room during the summer and you need it a certain temperature, we can control the temperature of the trailer itself. And so this is a brand new pup trailer that we got a few months ago, and it's in action right now.
There's so many unique things happening out in the crossroads, and as you just heard Jerry explain, I find that so impressive that I'm hoping that we can start promoting and creating an identity for what happens in the business industries here in Chelmsford. I find that that's like a specialty feature. It's not just that Sterling Corporation is a moving company. They're really doing some pretty interesting work happening all the time. And listening to Karen talk about her moving story from Africa, packing up the shipping container, and thinking about how many thousands of times that Sterling Corporation does that. My last visit to Sterling was talking about the interest as the town was promoting sustainability and recycling, and the plastic shopping bags that were trying to be eliminated, but now they're kind of needing to come back a little bit. Sterling was talking about all of the cardboard boxes and discussion about moving to plastic totes that would be more reusable. And I'm wondering how all this is happening and working in the COVID life here that we're all trying to do. So any comment or feedback on that, Jerry or Dan?
In terms of the use of boxes versus crates, or the impact of COVID overall?
All of it. Any of those thoughts?
Well, I mean, we have seen people want to go more to single use like boxes because of coronavirus. Reusable crates right now, people are a little scared about. But we think that that's only a temporary thing. Overall, without coronavirus in, the last, let's say, decade, we have seen a huge shift over to crates as opposed to boxes. However, everything's, going more towards like electronic filing. So people have less stuff as well. So it's fewer crates in addition to that. I would say effect of coronavirus overall. I mean, yeah, it's been a little bit slower, but a company like Sterling, it's dynamic in the sense of we can help our customers in kind of unorthodox ways, whether it's consolidating offices for their coronavirus, like their new protocols. We've been setting up not glass, but like plexiglass partitions for different customers. And we've been maintaining decent numbers with our labor force. One of the things that I'm excited about, though, is there's a team within Sterling that's been actually very busy in projects that we otherwise wouldn't have time to accomplish. And that has a lot to do with our efforts towards brand consistency throughout the entirety of Sterling. We've really been able to put a big focus in our marketing efforts. We've also just decided to consult. We have 3 websites right now for the different branches of Sterling. And we felt as though we were kind of competing with ourselves in terms of, the like Google and other search engines, kind of identifying the 3 and thinking they're separate when in fact we're one. So we're going to be working with another company now till the end of the year to launch a brand new one website, so that we're not competing with ourselves online anymore, and it kind of contributes to that brand consistency. So we're really excited about that, and our marketing team has been doing a great job because we'll be able to kind of link that to our marketing CRMs, get our leads more organized for the different facets of what we do. Salesmen who are bringing in their own business development feed the system, and then other leads can be distributed to people who are feeding it the most and things like that. So we feel like this is going to really strengthen our internal workings. And these are things that we've been able to focus on with volume being a little bit slower. Otherwise, we would have been doing what we always do, which is trying to keep up with volume.
Lisa, what we've also done right away when the COVID hit us is we created a video on how we're taking care of our own people. And that was very important to our customers. So we're doing the 6-foot distancing. We make people wear masks, especially if they're in the main hallway. We have one way in our building, one way out. And all our men, we are our temperature checked every morning before they go out to their jobs. We supply them with masks, some gloves, and we preach the 6-foot distancing as best we can doing our work. So it's been very successful. Our company has never shut down since the COVID, and we've, knock on wood, have no episodes at this point.
I'm so happy to hear about that, Jerry, because I think it's a really important, would love to see the video.
During these uncertain times, Sterling is taking preventative measures to help ensure the safety of our employees as well as our customers. Each employee is asked when they arrive to our warehouse to either wash their hands with soap and water or use hand sanitizer, as well as practice social distancing. Sterling has supplied employees with both masks and gloves to help contain the spread of this virus. Once sanitized and masked, we take each employee's temperature to ensure it is in the normal range. Our vehicles and equipment are essential for our crews, and we disinfect every one of our trucks and vans as well as our equipment each afternoon. We have stepped up our cleaning in our office as well by disinfecting all doorknobs, work surfaces, and light switches daily, and we have placed hand sanitizer throughout the office. We also want to send a special thank you to our healthcare professionals, first responders, and all other essential employees who are helping us during these difficult times.
it's great to hear. And, you know, I realize, having visited the site, how well your employees are very happy there. They're loyal. I've had great conversations with them. We had that ribbon event at your site. I think it was last August. I can't recall. It wasn't all that long ago. But it, you know, it was just great to meet everybody. I got the tour. I saw the facility, and I am mostly had invited you on to help share all this great news of what you add to the community for jobs, and the, you know, the credibility you bring into the Crossroads, and hoping that as we keep going, we can stay in touch. We'd love to hear more and be a part of when you launch your new website. We'd love to see that and have you back on in the fall. And just curious to know if Jen has any comments, if she's been moving around the state. You looking for some moving advice, Jen, or any kind of thoughts on that?
Well, there certainly are times I would like to, as much as I joked to Karen earlier before the show that I am an adult who would like to remain independent in my home, sometimes I would like to move out of my home as well. So, particularly during that very long time period where we were very strictly isolating at home. So I could have maybe used Sterling's services for sure. But, you know, Dan and Jerry, you mentioned that you get involved with moving medical equipment too. I wondered if you saw an uptick in that as related to COVID and the pandemic, and you know, how that may have the impact of COVID may have you know, changed the landscape of things for you at all, or maybe not.
We are running much heavier in the medical supply side of things right now. We have one account that we are the final mile distributor of, and we have many trucks going out there on a weekly basis. So yes, it absolutely has picked up. We have a storage program in our warehouse with one of the companies that are creating the vaccine. So they came in and we're renting 2,500 square feet where they're doing some testing and keeping some of their equipment here. We created a climatic controlled environment for them within our warehouse. So yeah, we are aiming right at that marketplace right now, and it is definitely a strength for us.
Yeah, sounds like you're right in the midst of, you know, addressing the pandemic and issues that are related to the pandemic. So good for you. It's, you know.
I do want to add one thing that we did when Dan and I took over the company. We did bring our employees into Chelmsford, and we made Chelmsford our main headquarters, where before it was somewhere else. So we're happy to be here, and we love Chelmsford.
And as just a little bit of how we had that event for the ribbon cutting to help celebrate that as well. And, you know, we definitely, you know, see a lot of value, and thank you for choosing the town of Chelmsford in that regard. I'm wondering if you have any job openings, if you're always looking for some high school or college kids to help carry stuff onto the trucks, and if you have seasonal needs, anything like that, before we wrap up the show.
Are you looking for a career change there, Lisa?
I don't know, maybe. I'm going to get my workout in somehow. You know?
Don't discriminate. We will hire. We're always hiring, yes.
And we promote from within, so.
Lisa has some teenage boys she'd like to put to work.
I do. Yeah.
So do I.
Oh, we have work for you. That's for sure.
And Karen's got a high school graduate, I think, right, Karen?
I do, and I'm trying to get them to bulk up, so I think I'm going to send them your way. Plus that like sort of logistics brain of putting together all that furniture the right way. You get a lot of skills from being a mover, I think.
Absolutely.
Well, we can train them.
I think we're all going to send our boys to you.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been.
I had one more question, Lisa.
Yeah,
Are
sure.
your clients all local, like New England area, or across the country? How do clients find you?
We have clients around the entire country. You know, locally we do commercial moving. It's mainly within a 50 square mile of here. But with the transportation system that we have, we have customers all over the country. So.
And I think you do international moves too. I thought I had heard a little bit about that.
We do have accounts on the international side. So we do have household and product being put into those overseas containers being shipped over here, just like you had described earlier.
There isn't anything you can't do, Jerry. If you could fit it in a box or in a crate or something, you guys have probably moved it around a few times, I'm sure.
Yep, we'll figure it out and get it done.
Right? It's great. So I look forward to having you back on the show again sometime soon. Thank you for choosing to connect with us, and looking forward to more conversation. And we'll start writing down our questions about logistics and moving for the next time we talk. But
Right.
Thanks for coming on, and it's been great to be connected with you guys. Until the next cue, we're going to be signing off.
All right, bye.
Bye.